Her name was Emma. That's what everyone called her anyways. Sometimes they would call her Em, sometimes someone would slip up and call her Emily. She was a part of our group of girlfriends growing up in a large town, not quite big enough to be a city, but big enough that there was still privacy between neighbors. We called ourselves the Unbreakable Six, because there was me, Summer, Mel, Nina, and Jules. And then there was Emma. Emma started off as a practical joke by the other girls in 4th grade. It was probably Jules that started it. She was always playing pranks on people. In high school, she even got suspended once for going too far and had to babysit for hours to buy that girl a new cell phone. Or maybe it was Summer, who always seemed too busy with music and band to think of such an elaborate prank. Or maybe it was Mel and Nina, who were best friends and could have lived without us, always conspiring together like they were twin sisters. Either way, I bought my lunch, cold cut sandwich and carrot sticks, and a pint of orange juice. I couldn't stand milk, it would account for how short I ended up being. And I walked over to our lunch table. Jules looked excited, waving me over to them.
Lottie, look!
I wasn't sure where I was supposed to be looking.
This is Emma. She moved here from Los Angeles.
We lived far inland and into the boonies. Los Angeles was glitzy and glamorous and chic compared to the flat houses and half-rate high school football that was the only real source of entertainment in the area. What? I asked.
Los Angeles, dummy,
Jules said, rolling her eyes.
She's not in our class, she's in Miss Lark's, but she's in the same grade as us. Isn't that cool?
I still wasn't sure where I was supposed to be looking. I sat down with my tray uneasily, wondering what I was supposed to see. Who? Summer jabbed me in the side. You're being rude, she hissed quietly. Summer was all about rules and manners. Say hi to Emma. I looked around our table, from Jules to Mel to Nina to Summer and back to Jules, who was waiting impatiently. I don't know, I was weak. I wanted to fit in, I didn't get it. Hi, Emma, I said. They seemed to breathe a collective sigh of relief, like I was making everything awkward.
Charlotte's kinda weird, but her brother has a Nintendo and he lets us play sometimes.
They kept on talking, chatting about whatever 4th grade girls chat about, and I ignored it. If they wanted to play that prank, then it was fine. I wasn't gonna buy into it. I was always a precocious child. I knew that what they were looking for was a reaction. And that's how Emma became a normal part of our lives. It was crazy. We would buy her birthday presents and they'd disappear like they were taken. I wonder how many candle-making kits and Mancala games Jules had piling up in her closet after all these birthdays. One year, Mel even got Emma a really nice necklace, and that disappeared too. We never went to her house. I asked Nina about it when I was sure that Emma wasn't there. She gave me this scandalized look. Lottie, don't be so rude. Emma's family doesn't have that much money. She's embarrassed to let us come over. She told Mel, who told me, and it makes sense. I mean, she wears all the time. I mean, we still love her. We'll always love her. She's one of us, but don't rub in the fact that we can't go to her house. That's mean. After I was scolded so wholeheartedly by Nina, I didn't ask again. They were covering their bases really well, and by 7th grade I had to accept that they were taking this prank all the way. It was weirdly comforting in the way. There was this silent friend that I never saw, but she was always around. We would leave seats open for her, and when we did the buddy system, someone always had Emma walk into the bathroom by herself. When we decided that we wanted to be lame and come up with a name for our group of friends, we decided on the Unbreakable Six, even though there were only really 5 of us. I was curious in sophomore year of high school when we were having a sleepover. Summer was at band practice late, and Emma couldn't make it. She had to work on her science project, according to Mel, so I asked Jules, the likely mastermind behind it all. If you were going to write a story about Emma, like her biography, how would you describe her? Down to every detail. Jules loved stuff like that. She wanted to be a writer someday. Well, she's taller than you, which isn't hard. I threw a pillow at her. She's medium build, even though she's gained a little weight recently, but we're not going to tell her, and she's still beautiful, obviously. And she has green eyes and brown hair, and she's got freckles. She hates getting her picture taken. She's nice, but quiet, and she dances really beautifully. I mean, you've seen her, right? Of course, that time a few months ago when we turned on some music and danced around together to practice dancing at homecoming, so we didn't look weird or do it wrong. We stopped after a while and oohed and awed at the empty space for a little bit. I didn't ask any more questions. I knew that they would keep up the charade for as long as they could manage. It was our senior year of high school that it happened. I don't know why it set me off, not really. It was something little, something stupid. We were hanging out in Nina's pool, even though it was still too cold to swim, teeth chattering and goosebumps rising on our skin. We were waiting for the jacuzzi to heat up to jump in. The cold sunlight cast a long shadow, and the wine coolers we snuck earlier was making that shadow seem menacing. It was annoying me for reasons I can't place.
Look at Emma, Lottie!
Jules called. She wolf whistled and hooted, over the top like Jules always is.
Ha, Mama, look at that booty!
I didn't know where to look. Like always. Like, for the past 9 years of my life, I didn't know where to look. Since the 4th grade, at our lunch table, dancing in Summer's living room, homecoming, football games, at the park, in class, anywhere, I didn't know where to look because Emma wasn't there. That's when I snapped.
Screw Emma!
I screamed.
And screw all of you! Have you been waiting for this? The moment I completely lose my goddamned mind? Well, here it is. Emma isn't real.
I look at their confused faces.
Oh, you're gonna keep this up? I hate you guys! You've always done this, made me the butt of your stupid prank for almost 10 years! 10 years!
I slipped a little on the wet concrete, but regained my balance.
Screw you! I hate you so much!
Tears welled in my eyes, years and years of pent-up frustration finally spilling over.
Emma was some stupid prank that got out of hand, and I can't believe that none of you ever had the balls to tell me that it was just a stupid prank. No, it had to keep going. You had to keep laughing behind my back. It's not fair.
Summer was furious. Lottie, don't be this way. Emma's right there, and you're being a bitch. Why are you doing this? Mel spoke up in a tiny voice. Lottie, you look hot too. I mean, you look good in your bathing suit too. Yeah, but don't take your anger out on Emma, God, Nina said, rolling her eyes. Nina walked over to the side of the pool and reached out a hand like she was rubbing someone's back. It's okay, Emma. Lottie's just under a lot of stress right now, figuring out where she wants to go for college.
Shut up!
I howled miserably.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Emma isn't real! She's not there! How could you guys do this to me?
They were starting to look scared. They were really invested in this prank. I wondered what the end game was. When they were going to start laughing, when they were going to jump up and say, gotcha! I had enough of this. If they wanted to play charades, then let's play charades. The next part was a blur. I don't remember it, not even now. But I walked over to where Emma was and kicked at the air. I heard a scream.
No!
I slipped on the slick, wet concrete and hit my head.
No!
There was blood everywhere.
No!
There was so much screaming, but I kept on kicking and punching and fighting until I blacked out completely.